but 5 of you were baptized here today. 2 as adults, 3 as children. It's a risky thing to do. But you were bold and courageous in saying, I know that I am called and claimed by God. I know that my child is called and claimed by God. I wish to make public witness of that reality. I hope for all of you, those of you who were baptized, the parents of those who were baptized, their sponsors, I hope that this community gives you courage in living out the promises that you have made here this morning. And finally, we have Reggie. Reggie, will you stand so people can see who you are? Thank you. I don't know if you have noticed it yet, but if you look on the back of your bulletin, you will see that it reads, "Flowers beautifying the sanctuary are given by Reggie Groutman in celebration of their re-birthday, the 22nd anniversary of their gender transition." Dear friends, Reggie has been a part of this faith community for 14 years. Reggie is transgender. And today, finally, after all this time, Reggie feels comfortable enough in this place, comfortable enough in this community, comfortable enough with all of us to say, this is who I really am, and I want you to know. This month marks the 22nd anniversary of Reggie's gender transition. This is Reggie's re-birthday. Many of you are thinking, wait, what? And that is okay. This is big news. It will take a minute to sink in. Only a small handful of us have known this about Reggie. But then a few weeks ago, when they hosted a documentary showing, members of the RIC committee introduced themselves with their preferred pronouns. My name is Andrea, for example, and I use the pronouns she and her. Reggie stood up and said, "My name is Reggie, and I use the pronouns they and them." Now, many of you are thinking, wait, what? And that is okay. Jean and Marcia Colleen were sitting with Reggie that morning, and they were probably wondering the same thing. But after the film was over and table discussions began, Jean asked Reggie a question so lovely that when Reggie recounted it to me later, I wrote it down. Jean asked Reggie, "Is there something more that we should understand about the way you introduced yourself? Is there something more that we should understand about the way you introduced yourself?" Isn't that lovely? Indeed, there is something more that we should understand, and since the rest of you weren't sitting at the table with Reggie that morning, I have been given the privilege of filling you in. Reggie was assigned the female gender at birth, but it simply never fit. 22 years ago, at the age of 27, Reggie began transitioning from female to male. Since then, Reggie has decided that they don't fully identify as male either, so they prefer the pronouns they and them rather than he and him. And this will take practice, especially if there is no one else in your life who uses pronouns other than she and her or he and him. And so, because Reggie is an important part of our faith community, we will practice. Here we go. When worship is over, Reggie will go to Koinonia Hall for coffee and cookies. Right? Right, Reggie? Yes. Okay. When worship is over, Reggie will go to Koinonia Hall for coffee and cookies. While they wait in line to leave the sanctuary, they will probably talk to some of you, and some of you will probably talk to them. Then when they get to Koinonia Hall, they will pour their coffee, and they will choose their cookie. And maybe they will sit down and talk with some of you, and some of you will talk with them. You see how this works? Here's the thing. We have to practice, and we're going to screw it up. I had Reggie in my office the other day, and I asked them, can I tell people that it's okay to screw up? Can I tell them you would rather have them engage and try and screw up and try again than avoid you altogether because they're too afraid to mess up your pronouns? And Reggie replied, yes, please. And here's the other thing. You will only screw up Reggie's pronouns when you are talking about them, never when you are talking to them. When you are talking to Reggie, the only pronoun you will use is you. So do talk about Reggie. Talk about Reggie. Practice using their preferred pronouns. Screw it up. Then practice some more. But don't worry, because they won't be there anyway. If you're talking about them, if you're talking about Reggie while Reggie is standing right there, then we have different issues to discuss. But also, talk to Reggie. Because Reggie is still Reggie, and you don't have to worry about the pronouns at all when you are talking to Reggie. So now maybe you're thinking, okay, so I'm going to talk to Reggie because I've known them for years, and Reggie is still Reggie, but still, this is big. What do I say? Or maybe this is your very first Sunday here, but you also want to talk to Reggie, and you're also wondering what to say. Dear friends, we live in Minnesota. If we do anything well, it is this. You say, hey there, Reg. Wow, we could really use some rain. You could say that. And if you don't want to say that, because we got plenty of rain last night, let's be honest, then you could say this. Hey there, Reg. I think you are really brave. Seeing your courage and watching you risk being your authentic self in this community, watching you risk being open and honest about who God has called and claimed you to be, it helps inspire me to be brave too, in ways I hadn't even thought of yet. Happy rebirthday, Reggie. You are a gift to this community. You could say that. Now, maybe you feel bad that you didn't bring a gift for Reggie's rebirthday, except that you did. This book, Reggie, is your rebirthday present from all of us. And because Michael Hall, the author and illustrator, signed it for you, I figured the rest of us could too, so now it's also your card. It will be in Koinonia Hall after worship, so you can all sign it if you wish. In my office the other day, I said to Reggie, you know you're giving us a huge gift by coming out. And Reggie replied, this gift goes both ways. This congregation is such a gift to me. And lest anyone question whether Reggie's courage in coming out as transgender this morning is even remotely comparable to Queen Esther's courage in standing up for her people, let me point out that we awoke today to the news that a gunman opened fire early this morning at a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida, killing at least 20 people. There is no doubt in my mind that stories of courage will emerge from this act of terrorism, but the cost for those stories is already too high. Like I said, this has been quite a week for courage. So in the end, dear friends, what do Queen Esther, the woman Brock Turner raped, Muhammad Ali, the hot dog princess, the 5 people baptized here today, and Reggie Groutman have in common? They know what it is to be brave. They know what it is to be open and honest about their authentic selves, about who God has called them and claimed them to be. Their courage comes in large part from the people around them. And their courage inspires us to be brave and authentic as well. Who knows? Maybe it was for a time like this that we are called and claimed as children of God. Maybe it was for a time like this. Amen.